You guys, I'm sitting here working, listening to the book of Daniel. And I'm not listening to the book of Daniel. I'm actually watching a video that I uploaded called Have You Heard? I'm troubled, you guys, as I'm listening to, and I can't play it right now because I was playing it on my phone. As I'm listening to this, all I'm hearing is about this ram and this he-goat. In Daniel 8, this vision that he had, he saw this thing. It flew up to the sky. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, I should just go on YouTube and should be able to search Daniel 8 and should be able to find multitudes of videos, tons of videos about something flying around in the sky. Like people studying that vision that Daniel had. Why aren't people talking about the stars being cast to the ground? Whatever these beasts are, they go up to the sky and they make the stars come down. I am astonished. I am. I don't understand, you guys. The beasts in the Bible are in the world we live in right now. And I hope that you are a person that can recognize the simple words that Daniel wrote. He said he saw something moving over the face of the earth without touching the ground. It was a he-goat, and it had a notable horn between its eyes. Now remember, Daniel never heard of a Chevy pickup, okay? There was no such thing as combustion motors when Daniel lived. There was animals, and there was people, and the things that people could make, which were nothing like what we have in our complicated, detailed, modern world. So think of it that way. He watches it go up the sky, up this thing that he saw flying over the face of the earth. He saw it go take this ram and pull this ram up there. Well, the word ram that Daniel used is Strong's 352. I've looked into that word, and it surprises me because I don't think Daniel was describing an animal at all. He was describing a post or a column or a pillar. And you can look up that word in the Hebrew. That word is A-Y-I-L, and it's Strong's 352. Look at that word. That word was used for some of the construction in Solomon's temple and Ezekiel's temple. It was used for gate posts, things like that. It was also used for a ram, the animal. So, but just keep that in mind, that word. So this he-goat that had the notable horn, he pulled this ram, which I think is just, Daniel was just describing a pillar of enormous size. And he pulled up this ram up to the stars. And then he cast down some of the stars to the ground and stamped upon them. Do you guys know that we're watching that happen? Like tomorrow night, I think there's a couple launches that SpaceX and NASA are doing. NASA and SpaceX are launching a crew dragon, into what they call low Earth orbit. And it's going to a destination that is also in this Bible story. This dragon gives this other entity the power and the authority that it has, because it has a dominion that was taken by transgression. That's in Daniel 8 and Daniel 7. We're taking that dominion away. How is that going to happen if people think it's fake? And that's one subject that I'm not trying to talk about. But how is it? Don't you realize that these things are real? They're very real. I don't know how to, I'm in awe. I'm in shock as I listen to this. For some reason, this time listening to it, it brought me back to reality. And I'm going, what is wrong with people that, what is wrong with YouTube channels that call themselves ministries? Why aren't they talking about Daniel 8? Why aren't they talking about the vision that Daniel was given of the time of the end, that he was also told that he would have to stand in his lot at the end of days. What do you think that means? He's clearly going to give his testimony. He clearly is giving his testimony, because I was just listening to it. Go watch that video on my channel, or go read the book of Daniel 8, that you're getting his testimony. That's where I got it. I listened to what he said. He's describing something like, see, I got windows here. Well, what if I'm facing this way and I say, oh, it's dark out? I can tell because there's windows there. Well, it's actually light out, but whatever. If I said it was light out, you would not be able to tell with your point of view from my camera looking at me. You cannot tell because there's no windows over there. You don't know if it's daytime or nighttime until I go like that. So what if I said, hey, there's something that looks a certain way, and it's flying here from my left to my right, and it has wheels and wings, and it says Delta on the side. Would that mean anything to you? It said Northwest Airlines on the side. Would that mean anything to you? Because you weren't looking out the window to see it, but I was describing what it was. I said it was flying, and it had some wheels, so it must have been landing, right? Landing gear. But it was an airplane. It was like a South, or whatever I said, Delta or Northwest Airlines or whatever. You have an image of that in your mind right now because of the story I just told you, because of what I just described. So now let's pretend I'm Daniel and I'm looking out the window. Now go read Daniel 8. He'll describe what he saw. And you should be able to get an image or a picture of it in your mind. So I challenge you to go read Daniel 8 and just kind of go in it on your own and just try to understand what Daniel is describing, because he's seeing it visually. He's just seeing it like we see things. Just looking at it, and he's saying, oh, right over here I have a tool, a bunch of shelves, and they've got tools on the top, and there's a nail gun over there. It says Ryobi on the side. See? Tool. There's a Ryobi nail gun. That's all Daniel's doing in Daniel 8. And you have to just put yourself in like it's a different kind of language because it's a different time. I challenge you to do it. And tell me if you don't notice that Daniel is probably seeing the space exploration programs that we have in our world today. And even probably more specifically, like a Falcon Heavy rocket by SpaceX. But that's just my idea there. But by what it does, where it goes, where Daniel sees it go, that's his description, and that's where it went. Ever watch a launch? Watch the Crew 6 launch tomorrow. I think it's tomorrow. It's their second attempt. So anyway, love you guys. Wake up. It's time. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm just saying, maybe if there was people studying this, maybe if there was people studying this and comparing it with these things in our world, I'm sure a lot of you are smarter than I am. I'm saying that's why I'm challenging you to look at it. Give me your ideas in the chat. I want to know. I want to know what you think. Because the way I see it, there's something called the daily sacrifice, and this little horn caused that to be taken away, and that's a bad thing. And also it's talking about the sanctuary being trodden underfoot. Or is that how it words it? I can't remember. No, the sanctuary would be cleansed. Like, there's things defiling it right now. And that's about all I got to say. I just encourage you and challenge you to read it. Tell me what you think. I don't care if you're a Glober or whatever. Tell me what you think. Tell me what Daniel's trying to describe. And if it was something that he was seeing in the future, even supernaturally. Think about it. The Son of God is outside of time. He can, who knows? He's outside of time. He's not bound by time like we are. So have a good one.